Hello? Wow, guys, it's been a while since I did an episode of Life in Germany sitting here at my desk.
I missed you, desk. Missed you very much.
Wait a dadgum second. Okay, I was just checking something. So yeah, today, episode 42. In case anybody was wondering, my personal goal for Life in Germany is to get to 123 episodes, and I can't do 122, and I can't do 124. It has to be 123 because I'm OCD. Like, really, OCD. So that would be 81 more episodes of Life in Germany, and if I continue to do one every week, that'll keep me here until 2016. Hashtag let's do it. So today, what I wanted to talk about for this episode is languages, English versus German. Because believe it or not, despite all I've said about the German language, there are actually things, wait for it, that I like about German. Hashtag mind blown. Hashtag cray cray. Hashtag impossible. I'm serious. There are things about the German language that as a foreign speaker, I really appreciate. So I have written down 3 things I like about English and 3 things I like about German to keep it fair. Let's start with English. So the number one thing I like about English, and I'm glad this is true because it's the number one internationally spoken language, is that you don't need to speak a lot of English to get your point across. You can screw up pronunciation. You can totally screw up sentence structure. It doesn't really matter, and chances are you'll still get your point across. Whereas if you screw up in German, you're really a whole lot less likely to be understood. The next thing I like about English, and I don't really know what to call this, and maybe I'm wrong about this, it's just an observation that I've made. In English, it seems to me you can pretty much say what you want. Like if you make up a new word on the spot, for example, and people like it, they just roll with it. And I get the impression that doesn't work here, which really stinks because I like making new words. Like the other day, a friend and I came up with dweep. I guess it's a mix between derp and dweeb, but I'm not sure. I also don't really care. It's just a good word, you know. And the last thing I really like about English is that we don't have all these nutty articles. Now, you've heard me rant about this before, I'm sure, but I've got to do it again. Okay, so in German, to get your sentences right, you need to know the gender of everything. All the nouns have a gender and you need to know it. Then you need to know what role these nouns are playing in the sentence. And then maybe if you're lucky, you can put together a sentence that people understand. Okay, I'm half kidding. If you get articles wrong, usually people will get what you're saying, but it's still annoying trying to think about all that when you're forming the sentences. Wait, there are actually cases where you could be very misunderstood getting the article incorrect, but I'll talk about that in a bit. So yeah, in German you got all these nutty articles, but English we have the, and it's beautiful. And we don't give gender to things in our language that don't have gender in real life. Except for boats. For some reason we call boats she's. I don't even know. I'm not a huge boat person, so I don't know why we do these things. Now for the 3 things I like about German. Number 1, German makes sense in writing. I really like this. For me, this is great. As a foreign speaker of German, it is extremely helpful. If I'm listening to someone speak and he says a word, even maybe a word that I've never heard before, I can usually guess how it's spelled correctly the first time, which is great because then I can just pull up my phone and punch the word into my translator app even if I've never heard the word before in my life. Compare this to English. Here's an example. Thou. Though. Tough. Also recently, a 102-year-old man made a video where he pointed out these words. Bomb. Tomb. Comb. Comb rhymes with home. Some rhymes with numb. And this is why the English language is dumb. Yeah, I'll post a link to that video in the description. It's pretty funny. And it makes you facepalm pretty hard because the English language in writing truly does not make any sense. I know anyone who speaks English as a foreign language would say it's one of the easiest to learn, but I'm pretty sure that only applies to speaking it. I guess I can excuse the articles in German because the entire English language makes as little sense as they do. Next up is that the nouns are capitalized. This is great for people like me as well, because I can just look at a sentence and then tell you what the nouns are. As soon as you know what the nouns are, that makes it a whole lot easier to decipher the sentence even if you don't understand all the words. And the last thing that I really like about the German language is there are not so many homonyms. These are things that foreign speakers of English I'm sure have problems with, but thankfully there aren't very many in German. There are some, but not a lot. And like I was mentioning earlier about the article, German homonyms usually change depending on the article. It's the same word, but adding a different article makes it a different meaning. So that's when you can get misunderstood. In English, I think it's worse, okay? In German, the words sound the same, they're homonyms because they're spelled the same. The only reason the definition changes usually is because of the article. English is a different story. There are thousands of them. Let me just read through some of them. There, two, it's, peak, break, 1, meet, feet, toe, creak, read, read, red, red, air, hair, bear, through, die, wine, pair, hole, board, bore, effect, pour, tour, week, berry, weather. Okay, I'm done. I've never had to learn English as a second language, obviously, but I'm guessing for people who do, those can be pretty annoying. Don't really have them in German. I mean, there are a couple, maybe like less than 10, and a lot of those aren't even words you'd use very often. So there they are. 3 things I like about English and 3 things I like about German. And they usually come with reasons why I hate the other, so I guess I had to hate something today. Alright everybody, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little video. If you did, for the new people, giving me a back scratch means thumbsing this video up. Leave some comments below. What do you like about German? What do you like about English? What do you hate about everything? Just, talk to me here. I'm here to listen to you. Alright, thank you for watching. I will catch you guys later. Same out.